Hey guys, this is Chris and welcome to my YouTube channel, MD Tech. And thank you to all my subscribers and all those that are new. Please subscribe and please share my video and like them. So today we're going to be talking about automated home smart technology, specifically those that are using the Samsung SmartThings hub. And I've been using these for many years, both indoors and outdoors, to automate much of my lights, switches. Specifically, we recently did our bulkhead here on Long Island. So we're still in kind of the cleaning up and finishing phase, the last part, where we will bring in topsoil and grade it, as well as put in new sprinkler systems, sod, and some new landscaping. But you can see how far this goes down and how nice it is. And we have lights, dock lights, which are every, I'd say, 12 to 16 feet. And those will be installed there and controlled by our Z-Wave switch, which will be on our panel that we're going to take a look at. In addition, these are the patio post lights, which will be controlled by the Z-Wave Plus smart switches, which are housed just behind me. So this is the natural gas fire pit, which has a all-weather electric ignition system. So you can see on top here we have an igniter, which is wired to, and the wire goes back to our box right there where it's housed, okay, and it connects to a transformer. All right, so now with the switch being a Z-Wave Plus switch, I can turn on and off this fire pit either through Google, Alexa, or through my phone at one switch, and I can change it and I can turn it off over there in the event of emergency or failure of the Z-Wave technology. But we can also turn the gas off here at the fire pit as well. So this is one of the smart features in our patio here, which makes it nice for outdoor living. So what else is smart out here in our patio? Well, there's a lot of things, and we'll just take a look at a couple. We do have LED bar lights, which are under the top of the bar on the bottom to illuminate the area when we have parties. It's dark out, and these are hooked up to transformers as well as outdoor Z-Wave switches. I can show you the switch that we're using down here. So since it is night out, I did want to show you the under the grill cabinet, which should automatically light up when I open it, so we can see under it. So I open that and the lights go on. This is done by having sensitive strip here where the contact is over here, and this uses Z-Wave technology. That's just one of the smart features that we built into the outdoor patio, and the light will go off as such. And right now I'm going to go over the Samsung SmartThings that I have connected to the outdoor fire pit and the all-weather electronic ignition switch. I'm going to be showing you on my phone, and you'll see the fire pit come on. Sorry for the noise in the background. It is the 4th of July weekend. But I have my Android phone here. You can see the newly updated SmartThings app, which is much better to work with than previously. And you can see I have it in the outdoor lights, patio switches. And I'm going to go ahead, I've already turned on the gas. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the button for the fire pit. And there you go. So this is again running through Samsung SmartThings, the all-weather electronic ignition switch, which is under here. There's wire and a transformer running to our dock box that we showed you previously over there, which is protected underneath that. And also, in addition to this, we have our patio lights that are working off of this as well. So I'll go ahead, and as you can see on here, patio lights. We also have the shed bug light, side back LED. We can control everything outside from our phone. let's go ahead and hit patio lights, and those go on. Alright, we'll turn them off for now. And I'll go ahead and I will turn off the fire pit now. We could also do it through Alexa, okay? And we can ask Alexa, or we can ask Google Assistant. So let's try the Google Assistant. Hey Google, turn off fire pit. So you can see Google Assistant turned off the fire pit. We'll do it again. Hey Google, turn on fire pit.
Alright, turning the fire pit on.
And you can see the ignition switch goes on. And since the gas is on, it will fire up. Alright, so that shows you how it works with Google and it works with the Samsung SmartThings. I'll go ahead and ask Google Assistant to turn it off. Hey Google, turn off fire pit.
Okay, turning off the fire pit.
And while it goes, I will go down here and I'll turn off the gas supply. So now there's no gas getting to it. And so if accidentally the ignition switch went off, it would not be lit because there's no gas supply to it. So we also have the outdoor kitchen, and that is over there. We will show you what we have there as far as the smart devices. I will show you from here, but we have categorized in our SmartThings app the outdoor lights patio, outdoor cameras, outside dock, as well as the outdoor kitchen. So let me go ahead and go to outside kitchen, and we have several different things: the bar lights, undergrill storage, and we have lights. So let's go ahead and do the bar lights. And you can see the lights go on under the bar. Now there's also another feature I installed here, which is using the sensitive strips, open and close, so that when I do open the below the grill here, it will automatically turn the lights on as such. And again, this is using a Z-Wave sensor for opening and closing, and it's a light automation feature that we use in the Samsung SmartThings app, and it turns off immediately after closing. Now the last thing, and again, all of these switches are housed in our outdoor box over there, which we've made weather and water tight. I want to show you the actual underwater lights because it's dark out now, and we can show you what they do, what they look like. But we also have lights on here that'll be controlled by the switches in there. So I'm going to go to my Samsung SmartThings app, as you can see here. I'm going to go to outside dock, and I'm going to turn on the underwater lights, and that turns a switch on that is actually behind me in the dock electric. Alright, and we'll go close to the water and we'll show you what's going on. So that basically turned on these underwater lights, which you get brighter and brighter. They'll attract fish, and you can also see down here, we have them as well down here. So that all goes down into the dock box as a Z-Wave plus smart switch. It is 4th of July, so you're hearing the noise. But you can see the green light there, and that attracts the fish. So that pretty much ends this video. If you have any questions about outdoor smart home automation and how to make outdoor living smart using Samsung SmartThings, please comment. Please like and share, and please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend. So I want to first show you what the original dock electric looked like. The panel, it was weathered, it was old, it was used for our boat we had growing up, which was a fairly large boat. Then a friend of mine who was keeping his boat at my house, we redesigned the new dock box. And you can see here a graphical look at it, and this would incorporate my new patio with Z-Wave switches, the dock lights, the dock outlet that we had at the end of the dock, the patio post lights, as well as the underwater lights we put in. So we made this work with the Z-Wave switches we had outside. Problem was they were made out of, the encasing was made out of plastic, and so when it got very cold in the winter, sometimes it would crack, water would get in there, and I'd have to change the Z-Wave switches. But it was a great alternative to what we had then. And you can see here how it was nicely designed with AZAC and that. But we needed something different, something less obtrusive when we were redoing our bulkhead. But you can see how we did integrate the fire pit here with the waterproof switch, and on the bottom of the switch there's actually the Z-Wave switch, and that's the transformer there. It did work for about 5 years, 6 years, but we needed something new because we were redoing the bulkhead. And you can see how many wires were actually going under the patio, under the dock. So when we began redoing the bulkhead, the dock, everything had to come out. So we had to make sure we knew what was going where, what it did, and so on and so forth. And it became a tedious situation, but good thing that I had good friends and people knowledgeable electricians and that. Here's a back look of how many things were going into the dock and the dock electric. So we would completely move it to a different area. And here's in the beginning when we were, they were removing the decking part. And here when we were dismantling the current setup we had. So we can actually pull it all back and let the dock builders do what they were doing. But again, we had 6 patio post lights, we had 8 or so dock lights, we had plugs, switches, we had a bug zapper, we had the fire pit in there, the pavilion lights, a whole lot of different things into that box. And you'll see here, this is when they were taking down some of the dock, and we're going to reframe it and rebuild it. And you can see the electric we had to be very careful of and pull it back. Here you can see some of the electric that's exposed. We did have to remove all that, and they were built in the frame here. And towards the end, you'll see here, this is when they had already built the dock and they were putting the decking on, and we actually put PVC pipe down with the electric inside of those PVC pipes, so we wouldn't have the option of cutting it later down the road. So our goal this time around, when we were redoing the bulkhead, was to take it out of the way, not make it such an eyesore, and to move the electric, which we knew we could, down to the end of the dock where it would not be tough on the eyes. You can see here the top view, and right here you can see the actual view of the box, which is next to the dock box with the AZAC cover over on top of it. And if you take a closer look, you'll see this is what's under the AZAC, and you have your breakers underneath, and you have your switches above. And here's the neck, it's waterproof, and here's the inside of the dock box itself. And here's your close-up picture showing the fire pit, which is a Z-Wave plus smart switch, the patio lights, the dock lights, and the underwater lights with the fire pit transformer there. So this is protected in many different ways, not only by the cover that goes over that's waterproof, IP68, but as well as having the AZAC cover over it. Let's now take a closer look on video. But the most important thing is making this so it's weatherproof, waterproof, alright, because these switches and outlets are not cheap at all. So we have here the nice box a friend of mine made out of AZAC, and let's take a look what's behind it and under it. You can see how it's constructed. Nice AZAC attached to a board here, and this basically gently slides up and makes it waterproof. So when we slide that off, you could look at how it's made. Solid, very solid. This is our outdoor electric box, which does house our Z-Wave switches. We'll go ahead and open them up. This I did purchase on Amazon. for about 46 bucks. And you can take a look inside. So, we have our Z-Wave switches for the fire pit, for the patio lights, the dock lights, and the underwater lights, which are real nice underwater lights which light up green, attract the fish. And you have the fire pit transformer there. So all the electric is nicely put into conduit through the ground underneath the dock, as well as the patio, and comes into this area where my smart switches are, and we can control from the phone, from Google, or from Alexa. We'll go ahead and close this. You can see it's very nicely tight and waterproof. And just below it, what you'll see is the breaker box. So this is all waterproof, made for winter, for rain, for summer, whatever it is. And by adding this AZAC piece on, it adds kind of triple protection to the waterproofing that's already inside there.